even Morning Joe lost his patience yesterday with Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, because he was saying, hey, I'm on your side, okay? But like, wouldn't it be kind of helpful to Chicagoans' safety to have 5,000 additional police officers? Like, can we not agree that that would actually be helpful? Over and over, Joe tried to get him to answer that basic question. He will not, as you'll see. There's even a moment where Mika like reaches out and like tries to stop Joe from pestering Brandon and then realizes, no, he actually has a point in doing it. It's kind of incredible, like how hard it is for Brandon to answer this question, and yet here it is.
Would you also like to get federal funding to help put 5,000 more cops on the street in Chicago? Would that help drive down crime?
Well, look, policing by itself is not the full strategy.
No, I understand that. You've talked about the other things you want, and I said those are good and important programs, but I'm asking also, would 5,000 more police officers on the street in Chicago be helpful to go along with all of those social programs that a lot of cities are engaging in and having success with?
Well, look, here's the best way I can put it, Joe, is that in the 90s when I was in high school, we had 3,000 more police officers and we had 900 people being murdered every single year in Chicago. It's just not policing alone. Of course, we want more detectives.
I know it's not policing alone, but I know it's not policing alone. You've told me everything else you want. I'm curious, and this does come down to an ideological difference between people. Do you believe that the streets of Chicago would be safer if there were more uniformed police officers on the streets of Chicago?
I believe the city of Chicago and cities across America would be safer if we actually had, affordable housing. Look,
okay,
I'm not saying that
that's not the question I asked. My question is, and I just need a yes or a no, do you believe the streets of Chicago would be safer if you got all of those other extraordinary programs put back into place, which do have a history of being successful, if that's complemented by having 5,000 more cops on the streets of Chicago?
I don't believe that we should narrow it down to just police officers, Joe, is what I'm saying. That is an antiquated approach. I'm saying we've invested in detectives.
Mr. Mayor, are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm agreeing with you that all of these other social programs are extraordinarily important. I just need a yes or a no, and then this will be the last time I ask. If you get all of those other social programs that 800 million that New York City does, Los Angeles, other people do with great success, would an additional 5,000 cops on the streets in Chicago help complement those programs to make Chicago safer?
Look, we are working hard to make sure that our police department is fully supported.
Oh my God. I cannot.
By the way, spoiler alert, it went on for almost 5 minutes, you guys, and never did he say it.
Right. He just dances around. I cannot believe this guy is in charge of that city. I just can't. They did not upgrade from Beetlejuice. There was no upgrade. And she was terrible. You think that like you can't get much worse than Beetlejuice. Remember Beetlejuice? And now it's this guy. Oh my God, Chicago. What are you doing?
You would think that maybe he would just think about listening to his own constituency on this issue. This had to have been unexpected and a little embarrassing for CNN, but it should be more embarrassing for Brandon Johnson. Here's what the people on the ground actually think about this issue.
First reaction was that this is a good thing. I think that the governor as well as the mayor should be on board with it just so we can get a bit more of security in Chicago the way that we need.
The crime has dropped since 2024. Do you feel like the city feels safer?
No, not at all. No, especially with the police being defunded.
Oh, okay. Maybe listen to her, you know?
Yeah, it doesn't help though. Police don't help. They don't help.
My God. The Democrat leadership is utterly useless.
Yeah.
Useless.
And I lived there for, a year back in, I don't even know what was it? 2002. I lived there. And I remember being able to walk around I felt somewhat safe, you know. I mean, I wouldn't walk around like at, after midnight or anything. But
You were probably
now
more worried about the rats.
I was. The rats were the size of chihuahuas, you know. I was more worried about the rats. You're right. Like we had standoffs many times. But like I wouldn't want to live there now. I feel like it's not safe. I mean, maybe it's because I am a little bit older, but I would be worried if one of my kids lived there and lived downtown and was walking around. I'd be worried about them. And
Yeah,
that's not okay.
and rightly so. No, it's not. This is the kind of stuff that leads us to drink. So
right. We always love talking about wine, right? You guys, this week, Republican Red Winery, they're unveiling their new Operation Midnight Hammer Magnum Cabernet. That is so mock. The
right?
Cabernet. Yeah, the Cabernet. Okay, so it's a 1.5 liter bottle. And if you forgive the pun, it's the bomb. It really is. So you definitely want to get some of this. We are all about I love the way that they look. The bottles are beautiful. And they're
I almost hate to bust into them, honestly, because they feel so collectory.
Well, they are. I'm sure some people will keep them because some people love keeping wine bottles, but they're beautiful. The bottles are beautiful. They're conversation starters. They only have 900 bottles, I think, left for pre-order of this. So if you want it, you probably shouldn't wait on that.
Yep.
So it's 100% made in America by a winery that is conservative. These are conservative people. The offer code CHICK saves you $5 instantly on your order. And you can join the Grand Ole Wine Club. So you can get deeper discounts and exclusive bottles and special perks, and they'll let you know all about that. So stock up, get your limited edition Midnight Hammer Magnum 1.5 liter bottle at republicanred.com. And don't forget to use code CHICKS to save $5 off. republicanred.com. Code
CHICKS.com. Just to close out this little segment that we've done on, crime and Brandon and idiot Democrats, just a couple of examples of how psychotic the supporters of Democrats are as well. This woman genuinely thinks she's doing something here. Check this out.
I have no idea if this will be useful, but I did hear that some white women in California have been putting Mexican flags on their cars just to hopefully get racially profiled and waste the time of ICE. Like I said, I live in Colorado. Don't know if this will happen to me, but if there's any chance of wasting ICE's stupid time, I guess I'll give it a shot. Plus, it's a nice little gesture of solidarity for my Mexican and Mexican-American friends. Also, they have a great president. A lot better than ours.
You should go live there. And I can guarantee you, I am 100% positive that she has 0 Mexican-American friends. 0. I guarantee it.
Liberal white women are the scourge of the universe.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse.
They will be the number one cause for the demise of Western civilization.
For real.
It's those bitches. They will be.
It's so true. And then meanwhile, I just want to make sure that all of the white dudes, I guess, I hope you guys are sitting down because I have very, very bad news for white dudes. And here it is.
Friendly reminder, as a white American woman, I will no longer be dating white men. I'm looking for anything other than a white man. Okay? Just a heads up.
First of all, the white men are like, whew,
bullet dodged.
Off the hook. And then all the Hispanic and the black men are like, no.
Thank you, but no. Thank you for that kind offer.
But we're going to go ahead and pass. We're going to pass. You guys, we're going to go ahead and let the Asian men take you because no.
It's just so ridiculous.